программа предназначена к просмотру для лиц старше 12 лет.
Инди-игры – особый жанр или побочный продукт гейм-индустрии. Кто-то относится к ним скептически, другие ждут их победы над мейнстримом. Я готов доказать, что инди – это целый мир. И даже больше. Нюрнберг – город пряников, игрушек и местоположение независимой студии PixelManiacs. Недавно один из проектов маньяков прогремел в Стиме. Об этом и не только, они рассказали Gamanoid.
Hello.
Привет у нас?
Привет.
Привет, is that right? Well, actually, the company was formed 2001, I think?
Yes.
Is that right? We started out making apps, really, like mobile apps for Android and iPhone. And over time, like people came together. Like we started with two guys, which is our
Lead developer.
lead developer on Chromagun. He started out here along with the CEO, and then over time, just people kept piling on. And at some point, we decided we wanted to make bigger games, like more serious games, and we decided to form PixelManiacs.
PixelManiacs was formed, I don't know, 3
Like,
months ago?
3 months ago, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to take that?
No, it's okay.
Alright. Actually, we were looking for months for a good name. Because the name we had before was like really, really long. And it just looked like ass on business cards. So we were looking for months and nothing was really good. Nothing was good enough. There were some ideas that were okay, but nothing really stuck. So at some point, our CEO, Ben, he came up with hey, why not PixelManiacs? And everybody was like,
Whoa.
alright, yeah. I didn't. When I came here, I started as a translator here. I didn't know anybody really. I mean, I was referred by a friend of another friend. But I didn't really know any of the folks. I don't know, did you?
I started in college with making apps in my spare time. And I heard from a friend of a friend that Ben is having a company which is making apps. So I called him and asked, hey, do you have a job for me? And he said, okay, yes. And so I started working here.
So we really didn't know each other. So yeah, we started Chromagun back in April 2015. When we participated in a game jam. I don't know, do you have game jams? You know what game jams are? It's a lot of people get together and make video games in a very specific time frame. So in our case, we took part in Ludum Dare, which is a game jam hosted in the USA, I think.
Seattle, yes.
Seattle. And it's like everywhere, people just gather at places, wherever, and they have 72 hours to make a game. So you get a theme, and with that theme, our theme was an unconventional weapon. So we gathered, and we got like 8, 9, 10 people,
Yes.
I think, and we just sat together and thought, what would an unconventional weapon be? And we came up with Chromagun. Obviously, we have a lot of parallels to Portal. I don't know, everybody at the office, we all love Portal. We all loved the game. I remember the first time I played Portal, I was just blown away by the puzzle mechanics and the narrative. It was awesome. The basic idea behind Chromagun wasn't at all based on Portal. When it became apparent that we have a game that's very much a puzzle shooter based on a gun, which is really just accident, really.
Yes.
We realized that we would have parallels to Portal, and we said, why the hell shouldn't we play with that? So we wanted to kind of recreate but not steal that same emotion you had playing Portal. So we wanted to like throw you back to when you first played that awesome game, and we wanted to kind of remind you of how good a puzzle game. A lot of people say that all the white walls and everything remind them of Portal, and that's obviously stolen from Portal. Which is funny because the white walls are actually more a necessity than anything else, because we have a game that revolves around colors, where the player has to like paint the colors. So Exactly. So we couldn't have any colors in the game. We were in fact struggling with making a puzzle game appeal to a large audience of people. Although I don't think it's that difficult to market puzzle games, because we're like big shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield. These shooters are obviously for a mass market, and that market is pretty saturated. So there's a lot of shooters going on that have basically very similar gameplay. The puzzle market is not really as saturated. It has less players, of course, or less fans. But from what we've come to know is that the puzzle genre has a very loyal fan base. So people who love or who play puzzlers are people who love puzzlers. You know what I mean?
They play every puzzler.
Right. It's like I'm a puzzler myself. I love puzzle games, and I will scour the internet and
Give
search
me another
for them.
one. Give me another one.
So that's what we were going for this very decentralized but very loyal genre. We wanted to create something new. All right. A lot of shooters, or a lot of games actually out there, are fairly similar. It's not often that you see new mechanics in a game. So we wanted to get the player thinking again, because people love to learn. Basically, everything playing is learning, basically. So we wanted to get that back into the industry, is to have something that you sit in front of and you don't know it. It's not been there before. Well, we started out with basically this concept that our puzzles are divided into rooms, much like that other game some people might remember.
Prodal.
So we decided to start with that, and step by step make it harder for the player to, or basically make it impossible for the player to reach the end. And then after that, we try to find a way to make it possible after all. So we started going back and forth on that until we found the mechanics we wanted, like the deadly maintenance tiles, and the meshes, the particle meshes,
The glasses.
the glass walls, exactly. So once we had all those mechanics figured out, we had our web developer, Chris, kudos to him by the way, he created a web-based map editor, which you could just use to draw your own maps. Like, everybody could do it in the office, which was really cool and was really fast. It was like Paint for Chromagun. Get Paint?
Yeah.
So then afterwards, that map editor exported a file which we imported into the engine, and then we had a finished map, and we could create and test maps within like 5 minutes.
I play it in 1 hour and a half, but I think you need 5 to 6 hours to complete it.
Yeah, like the average time the players need is like between 5 and 8 hours.
Yeah.
So the idea behind the player is Chromatech is a company that started off as a paint company, like they develop paint, and at some point they managed to get their hands on a military contract for whatever reasons. So they started developing this military applicated paint. And since Chromatech is a pretty, well, semi-legal company, they decided they needed more testers to test the gun, or to test the paint, and because they wanted to save money, they just took some random hobos from the street. So that's where you come in as the player. You're some guy living under a bridge. You want this guy comes up to you and says, "Hey, you want to make $10?" You go with him, and then you start testing the gun. I mean, we had no idea what we were doing. I mean, we know how to promote apps because we're in the business, and we've been in the business for a long time. But like developing a big game for PC or for desktop platforms, we really struggled, especially with the marketing, because we had really no idea what the hell to do.
We had no marketing.
Right, we had no marketing. So we started when the game was slowly coming to an end. we started to like reach out to YouTubers and Twitchers and streamers and whatever, and blogs and everything really. Anybody we could find. We started reaching out and saying, hey, we have this new game, what do you think, want to play it? And that's pretty much all we did. And of course we got green light, which is pretty awesome because we passed green light in like a week. So I guess that's the marketing we had. Green light and some pretty awesome people on YouTube. We are currently in talks with Sony and Microsoft to get our game on Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Yes.
We'll see what the future brings, but we're definitely planning. We will keep on doing our stuff, preferably doing both. Like, we plan on making big games. The next game is definitely a puzzle. Okay. It's called The Loop. It's about. Did you see the Groundhog Day with Bill Murray? Okay, so it's basically that in a game. You're in an American suburb, and you're stuck in a time loop. So every 5 minutes, the time resets back to the beginning of the game. You keep nothing. You don't have anything except your memory, the player's memory. Like you don't get an in-game journal or you don't get anything. Basically, the game is you can finish the game within 5 minutes if you know what to do. But to get there, you're gonna have to play a lot of the game to.
Yes.
Yeah. the prototype we have right now is really hard, and we're working on making it a little bit more manageable. But yeah, that's the basic principle of the game. I'm not going to spoil too much because a lot of it, the game doesn't really tell you anything. It's like sort of similar to The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. You just get into the game and like here, find out what to do. Well, we do have a finished prototype. We passed green light a week or two ago.
Yes.
And now that we're finished with Chromagun, we released Chromagun, we're going to start developing the loop further. We have a functioning game, really. So you can play it from start to end. Okay. We are going to make it larger, longer, and we want to do stuff ourselves. Okay. We like to do, that's the way it's been for years now. So no, I don't think we're ever going to have a publisher. Like, never say never, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Well, we love indie games. Yeah. We play indie games like crazy. We love it. I mean, we do it, so we obviously we have to. That said, I don't think that we only play indie games. I mean, I love Fallout. I play Call of Duty every now and again.
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, he plays Counter-Strike. I wouldn't say indie game developing is the future of gaming in as everything else will pass, but I think indie games will have their place in the industry, and that's a good thing. Our indies have the new ideas. Indies have the time and the well, they're not the balls. The balls, yeah, really, they have the balls to create something new. I mean, a big game company like Ubisoft, they can't waste money on creating new ideas. So exactly right.
Safe, yes.
That being said, of course, I think it was Ubisoft who released Unravel just recently. So that's indie as well, but that's like an indie part of Ubisoft. So that shows that even Ubisoft has an indie division now. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a big player in the market. Well, Tetris, obviously. That's like the Russian video game.
The Big Bang of the Russian video game.
Right, exactly, yeah, exactly. I think Cut the Rope was
as app developers, yeah,
I think that's made in Russia, isn't it?
And it was Sudden Strike in former times I played a lot.
Oh right, the helicopter game. Sudden Strike. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, I guess.
Oh, we enjoyed it, yeah, very much. I mean, I played, Cut the Rope, I played like crazy. Bye-bye in Russian.
Okay, пока, пока.
Пока!
Пока. До свидания.
That's right.
До свидания.
I make the best pancakes in the world. Honestly. It's true. It's true.
It's true, yes.
It's really true. I make amazing pancakes. My blueberry pancakes, I would die for. Yes, it's not even, it's a fact.